Oh, what's up, YouTube? This is Talking Crazy 88, back again with another podcast for you. I got an AI generated song for you. Passport Pop. Shout out to AI for the culture. Coming up with some songs from the 60s, 70s, and 80s. 60s, 70s, 80s themes. Scary as AI. Scary what has AI in its infancy has become. By the way, I got my cigar, Mineral shot. Just want to talk to you fellas for a minute. I haven't talked to you in a couple weeks because I was out of town. Wanted to get some R&R before the tax season began. I'm gonna look, I'll marinate on that song. Da, 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 da. Go ahead and turn that off just for a minute. I want to talk to you fellas, man. Let's see how everybody's doing. Hope y'all enjoying. Hope you're enjoying your Saturday. Hope everything's well. Hope you're enjoying your Saturday. Yeah. Beautiful winter night, January, in New York City. It's very beautiful out tonight. It's about in the 40s, raining in the 40s. One of those rare 40-degree days in January that we're going to have during the winter, because I know it's going to be a brutal winter this season. I had to check out some NFL games. Ran some errands and about to read a book. But I just wanted to holler at y'all fellas for a minute. Talk about what's going on, what's on my mind about Joy Taylor. Now this is the reason why I played that song, about Passport Popping. Now, I let y'all know about my feelings about the Passport Bro movement. It's a dream. It's a dream. Because if you're going over there just for pussy, I mean, I gotta say, man, it sounds a little weak if you're doing that for the women. See, the way I see it, women should always be a byproduct of a man's success. All right? A woman should always be a helpmate to a man's success. Remember when I talked about standards? And I was talking about standards, and I wanted to go back and do a quick video about updating my standards. Now, I'm not going to tell y'all where I've been, but I've been out of town. And it wasn't just to see a woman, all right? I was just going to go down there and relax for a minute. Well, I decided to hit up an old friend of mine. And we started hanging out. Me and my friend, we was just hanging out. There was nothing sexual or anything like that. Anything romantic. We was just hanging out. All right? This friend of mine, she's an Italian-German woman, mixed. Drop dead gorgeous. But she's a mother of four. And she's in her 50s. But when I observed her, I observed her as being, she has the qualities of a wife. Okay? I know her story. She was divorced. Her side of the story of that divorce, that the guy was lazy and she was doing everything she could to save her marriage. Did everything for her. Even paid off the debts, even paid off his debts, paid off the house, sold the house, gave him half the profits of the house. And during the marriage, she was doing everything she can to help her. She got a bachelor's degree and a master's degree and a great career in education. And she was going to actually go ahead and get a degree, help him get his degree. Matter of fact, she was going to do the work for him in order to get his degree. And that's some big ass shit. I mean, with a woman like that, you could parlay that into, like I said, a woman like that 20 years ago, who I wouldn't be talking to this, man. I wouldn't be talking to you right now. I wouldn't be on the balcony with my cigar, and I can't drink right now because I'm gonna go on a road trip on tomorrow. My mother back down. So I can't put you fellas today. I can't drink, but I can certainly enjoy this cigar and talk to you folks for a minute. But what I was thinking, this woman exhibited wife qualities, because as soon as I got off the flight, my whole flight was delayed for about an hour. Everything was backed up because we were supposed to meet up. As soon as I land, we were supposed to meet up and have dinner together. Everything was delayed, all fucked up by an hour and a half. You know what this woman, what she did when I called her? I said, look, I texted her, and I said, anyway, they just now sending my bag to the baggage carousel. So it'll take me about another 20 minutes before I go to the rental car. So she said, no, well, I can wait there with you. You know what I'm saying? She was willing to wait there to the airport and wait there with me so I can get my bag and get my rental car and everything. Has a good heart and the patience of joy. She's not like any other of these women who's out for themselves, who's selfish, out for themselves, a real bitch. This woman that should be married to the right guy. And I was listening to her story we talked about each other's past and everything. But standards, she actually exceeded my standards. of what a woman should, my ideal woman. Okay? Matter of fact, over the week, she was texting me, letting me know she was all right. Keeping contact with each other, keeping genuine interest. Let me just say this, fellas. When you go on a date, if you have to call, and if you've seen someone, if you have to call them, and they don't even bother to pick up the phone and call you, dump that bitch. Because that bitch you're not a priority in her life. Okay? You're not a priority. You are not a priority. You're fifth on the list, or you're probably on the bottom of the list. Especially, and that's not a good look when you're starting out. Because remember, I told you about that, I had a woman, but she seems to be a little bit too busy to go on a date regularly. So I'm just gonna fall back and just let her do her thing. If she's ready to, if she's ready to see me, I'm here. If she's still interested in seeing me, I'm here. My phone number hasn't changed. I'll pick up the phone when she calls. I'll answer the text when she answers. And that's how you have to play it, fellas. You're not getting married. And I can tell she's not really marriage material. For me. For somebody else maybe, but not for me. What I'm saying is, when I just want to follow up the standards. Black men has to have, you fellas got to have some sort of standards in your life. I know you was raised by your mother. A lot of y'all have been raised by your mother. And your mother seems to be the standards for you, all right? That's your hero. That's your Shira. That's your goddess. Nobody can compare to my mama, which is kind of Oedipus-like. Being that I grew up with my mother and my father. But my mother and my father created boundaries that and to this day, I've never crossed. Okay? That's why a lot of these women, they try to run it. But either I wouldn't allow it or God wouldn't allow it. Okay? Either way, it didn't work out. It's better that it didn't work out. Because I'm a free agent. I'm a free agent, unrestricted free agent for life. And that's what I'm going to keep telling my mother. My mother, she wants me to get married. And I want you fellas to go ahead and do whatever you want. Do what makes you happy in this life. If you believe that marriage in a modern society would be beneficial to you, do it. Because I think, my personal opinion, I think black men and black women should be married to each other. I think black men and black women should utilize the institution of marriage. Okay? Not for love, but more for business. Because that's what white folks are doing. That's what the Asians are doing. It's for business and family. Okay? Business and family. We talk so much about getting quizzes from women as black men. That's not a good look. I have a reputation, man. I have a reputation for not chasing after women, for not fucking with women in the job, for not arguing with the secretary while you're on the job. But that's what y'all niggas. That's going to be my next segment. We got to do we're 25 years into the 25th century, and we still using the word nigga to reference each other. Every 3 words that come out of your mouth, my nigga this. We're 25 years into the 21st century, and we're still using archaic 20th century slurs, racial slurs, to reference black folks. Okay? 25 years into the 21st century, and we're still ignorant. We're still being like ignorant slaves. We're still using slave language. And I got to call myself out too. In my almost all of my podcasts, I'm using the N, and it's got to stop, because my audience and whoever is a content, and whether you're a content creator, your audience is not going to be all black. See, my podcasts, my live streams are particularly for black men. I want to talk to black men as an elder. I want to show you how I have evolved over the years, over the past 10 years of putting podcasts out, live streams. And it's cathartic. And it's growth. It shows a little bit of growth on my part. Because I want to see y'all win. I want to see black men win. I want to see you young black men in life. Because let me tell you something. Remember what I told you before. There is no jobs. There's plenty of work, but there's no jobs. Okay? Think about the brother that's coming out of prison right now. He's not going to get a job in corporate America. Some of them, you've seen them brothers running around. You know, they got a few dollars and they're running around selling shit on the streets. Some of them get your jobs selling cars, selling houses, hustling. A few years later, they're driving an Escalade and they have a big old house of money in their pockets. Sales is a very good skill set that black folks underutilize, including myself. Sales and networking. Everything else in this world, especially in this country, is a transaction. Transactions are going on even as I'm speaking to you folks. I'm losing money speaking to you. That's how. But that's okay. Because I'm giving back. I'm giving back to you fellas, man. I'm giving back some information to you. Whether it's good information or bad information, it's information. You gotta get out of that slave mentality of thinking. You know, having that slave mentality is having multiple baby mamas, have sex on your mind, trying to figure out how to get women, having sex with women, having multiple children with multiple women. I got on the women who did that shit. That's the destruction of society, because they're the main ones that's actually raising these little bastards. But I gotta get on you fellas on that, man. I gotta get on that fellas on having that mentality, because that's a loser's mentality. I'm not saying you should be scared of women, but women should always be a byproduct of your success. So if you have multiple baby mamas and you're broke and you're stressed, that says a lot about you. You're a loser. You're losing. You're losing, fellas. You already lost because you have a child outside of marriage. That's one. Number two, you have a child that has two different households and two different rules, if you have custody of it. And number three, you're losing because You're playing hot. You and the baby mama are playing hot potato with that child. You don't regard that child as a human being that you're caring for, that you're raising and caring for, and giving them information on how to make it in this society. Because they're going to have to grow up. They're going to turn 18, and they're going to grow up. And guess who has to deal with it? I got to deal with it. My possible nieces and nephews have to deal with your mess, your children's mess, your child. The teachers have to deal with your child. Law enforcement may have to deal with them. And see, when they run into somebody like me, it's not going to be it's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be cinematic, and it won't be cinematic. So I got to get on your fellas. I got to get on you fellas about the losing mentality of women, of having to deal with women on a daily basis. Okay? It's bad enough you have to deal with one. That possibly don't even like that. That possibly is not willing to do the things for you to help you succeed and help you become that great man that you're supposed to be. See, this is what Dr. Umar is not telling me. He's not telling you you're to blame for it. But I'm telling you why you're to blame. Why you are losing. You're losing. And if you have to do all this stress and going through chaos just to get into your child's life, you might as well just write it off. Write it off. Let the child know that you're going to be there, that you're always around. But I have to move on with life. You can't keep going back. Life is always moving forward. And that's one of the things I've never conceptualized until I reached my 50s. That I don't have a lot of time left. And it's moving, and time is moving very, very quickly. I'm watching my aunts and uncles and my mother, who were once young and pretty, and they're getting old. They're getting old. You're gonna get old one of these days. You're gonna get old. If you make it to 50, if you make it to my age, that's a blessing. It's a blessing, fellas. I want y'all to win in life. And you gotta eliminate losers in life. You gotta eliminate the losers. The ones that don't want to win, that don't know how to win. This is what your conversations with your young sons should be. You should pull them to the side and say, look, son, you're a black man in America, but you can still win as being a black man in America. Excuse me for a second, I'm just going to relight my cigar. Yeah, fellas, you can have this conversation with your young sons, the young men in your cousins, nephews, that you can still win in life. You can still win. Look, ex-cons are winning. I don't need winning with women. Fuck all that. Fuck all that. That's a loser's mentality. If you're winning with women, you're losing. You're losing money. You're losing opportunity. You're losing time. You're losing. Because you're always paying for some bitch. You're paying to have a bitch in your life. You're paying to keep that bitch in your life. And you keep paying to maintain the bitch in your life. The only bitch you should be maintaining is your wife. And that wife, and the bitch that you're maintaining, that's your wife, she should be out there doing the things for you. She should be doing, and I don't mean sexual. She should be doing things to help you as a man become better at your craft. Okay? As a human being. So that's why I'm going to go. That's why I'm going to talk about Joy Taylor. And I know peanut butter skin in big cans. That's how I can tell that women like Joy Taylor is a black eye for actual women, not just women, but people who have to bust their ass. Who had to bust their ass they had to go through 8, 9 interviews just to get a job at Fox Sports Net. And all she had to do was come in with that peanut butter skin and her big titties. And she got a job in television. As a woman, as a man, that should make me mad. That she jumped ahead of all you qualified women who are, not just women, but people who are more qualified than her. And she had to use her pussy to get what she wanted. Now, that's not uncommon. Let's say in the real world where I'm living in, there are women today that use their pussy to get what they want. And that's how. And that's something we don't really talk about. You got women in the workplace, especially women who are working in a male-dominated industry such as sports, such as being in science, or engineering, transportation, anywhere, construction, anywhere there's men around, and you throw a woman in that mix, it's going to be a problem. Especially you black men, you brothers out there. You can't control yourself whenever you see a woman with big titties walking around. You just have to talk to her. You have to get in her face. I know I was guilty of it. But I was smart enough to have boundaries, not to talk to this woman, not to hold hands with this woman, keep my distance from her, just say hi and bye, and that's it. Small talk, weekend, talk about whatever it is that's going on each other's mind, and keep it moving. Bring it back to work-related issues, and that's what I did. That's what I always did. So the one thing I'm always proud of, I've never racked up a sexual harassment while I'm on the job because I kept my distance. I kept my boundaries. I created a boundary for myself. I always kept it always business. And I always have a rule, never, ever, ever date or have sex with anybody in that office. Why? You're going to have to see them every day. And number two, women, truth be told, they use their pussy as currency. They use their pussy as a small business. Ring ching ching. That's how you brothers get in trouble. You mix business with pleasure. You never do that. You don't shit where you eat. So there's this that if a bitch owes you money, you contracted her to do some service, she owes you money, and she decides to pay you off by using her pussy. She won't tell you outright, but when you go over to her house and she cooks you dinner, she comes out with a see-through silk with all those cash and prizes out. And I know you niggas, I know you brothers are drinking, and you're gonna go in the back, in the bedroom, knock it out. A few weeks later, you try to collect from that bitch. She's gonna say, well, I already paid you. I thought we was good. And then you're gonna have a whole new set of problems, man. That's why women, those who are successful with women, they're the ones with they're the ones with problems. You should always have a bitch on your program. Paul Lucario and his merry band of idiots. He's right. You should always have that. You should always have a woman on your program. You should not be following no woman. Okay? You should not be calling her 10 times a day. You should not be texting her 10 times a day. No good morning texts and all that bullshit. She should be texting you good morning. She should be texting you every once in a while saying happy Saturday. Are you enjoying the game? Are you staying warm? Are you eating? Just my friend, when I got off the flight and I saw she gave me a bag full of goodies, snacks, so I can take back to my Airbnb and munch on. That's what a woman should be doing. That's what a thoughtful woman that wants to cater to her man. That's what she should be doing. You gotta recognize your standards, babe. You gotta recognize your standards. Now, you run around chasing fat women, old women. Those are your standards. Hey, knock yourself out, man. If you want to get on a plane and go to Thailand and the Philippines and chase after those women, go ahead, knock yourself out. If you believe that they were rolling out the red carpet for you because you've never seen it before, knock yourself out. You're always gonna pay. At the end of the day, you're paying for these bitches. You want a bitch that want to make you money, not cost you money. Okay? I mean, a lot of y'all motherfuckers are laughing at Mr. Lucario and his woman, but his woman is helping him make money for him. Kind of like similar to a bottom bitch with a pen. But you really shouldn't see your woman at the bottom. She should be doing things to sure you have a good relationship. She's arguing with you on. She's not saying disrespectful comments. like Michelle Obama. What she did to Barack Obama. Now, he's a big-eared punk-ass president, and I know he's a punk-ass because he allows his woman to run him. Okay? He allows his woman to run him. I can tell. Jimmy Carter passed away. God bless him. About a couple of weeks ago. And at the funeral, every living president was there with his wife, except for Barack Obama. He's sitting there with his dick in his hand, looking crazy. Ignoring protocol. This is what I'm talking about. Ignoring protocol and traditions of their presidential duties. Even if you're an ex-president, you still have a duty. You and your wife have a duty to show up at these events. Hell, Bill and Hillary showed up. There's a bad look on black men, and this is what I'm talking about. Black love does not exist anymore. And I know I did a podcast about interracial dating. I've dated interracial. Okay? But sometimes you gotta do what's best for you, my brothers. You got to get away from dysfunctional black women. These black women nowadays are dysfunctional, toxic, and dysfunctional. Tommy Sotomayor, he was right about him, but he was just as screwed up as these women. So I can't really take him seriously. He became the black woman. And if I had a little boy, I would not allow him to look up to that, to look to him as being a man. He's more of a bitch. I'm not going to debate him. I'm not going to talk to him. I'm not going to call him or nothing. I'm not going to call him names. I mean, I did call him, but that's just an adjective. I calls it as I see it. He has bitch mannerisms, and he's a bitch. I mean, saying the things he said, disrespectful things that he said over the past couple of years. I mean, he may have been right. He may have been on point. You gotta get your ass whooped. I'm surprised he didn't get his ass whooped already. But I don't want to talk about that bitch. Fuck him. But President Obama, everybody warned me about this guy for years. There was a brother named Charles that was on WVON for years, for a number of years, and I enjoyed listening to his show because it was very informative. Black man that's educated, that's well versed in politics. You can learn a lot from this guy just by hearing him talk. Somehow he disappeared. God bless him. Hope he's doing well. But he was warning us about President Obama, how much of a punk-ass president he is. And I saw it. People say President Obama is getting divorced from. No, they're not getting a divorce. Separated maybe, but they're not getting divorced. Okay? It's not a good look for an ex-president to get divorced from the former first lady. It's not a good look. But of course, when you raise your grandparents, you have no mother, no father, raised by parents. Of course, you're gonna have each tendencies. You're gonna let women run you. Move the law into the White House, man. And this is the things. And this is the things this brother gets. She said, and she made some disrespectful comments about the guy on another interview with The View by saying you didn't even like him for 10 of the 30 years y'all been together. You didn't like the guy. Let a woman say to me that you didn't like me. You're better off just saying, look, on the first day, look, I don't like you. All right? I think we should see other people. I don't think we should see each other. I think we should see other people. We don't like each other. Apparently, you don't like me. I don't like you. I don't have any feelings for you. Let's move on. Let's move forward. Find somebody you like. Find somebody that likes you. And you like them. That's the way it should be. That's what should have happened, man. It should have got divorced 10 years ago. And of course, we wouldn't have President Obama in office. Or maybe we would. Who knows? Not the law. So this is what I'm talking about, standards. Standards. Barack Obama did not have any standards when it comes to his woman. She was disrespectful made disrespectful comments while he was in office, while out of office. Imagine before he became president, what kind of bullshit he had to go through with that bitch. Imagine. Standards, fellas. You gotta have standards. Dub D Tricks up, player. How you doing? Oh, you can't hear me? All right. It's good to hear from you, brother. I'm just throwing out some gems, baby. But I'm doing my cigar. I'm not drinking right now. I'm just enjoying life. So I'm gonna cut this short. It's Saturday night. There's a playoff game going on. I want to catch the second half of that Washington-Detroit game. At the half, it's 31-21 at halftime. Last time I checked, it looks like it's going to be a great game. And I'm enjoying the rest of the weekend. Enjoy the rest of the Martin Luther King weekend. President Trump is coming back in the office. He's coming back. And he's going to sign I think he's going to do an executive order regarding child support, changing the rules of child support, where the bitch who are claiming that if they're receiving child support, they can't claim that child on their taxes. The bitch can't claim the child on the taxes. The man can. The men can only do that. could claim the child. And I think that's a good. Look, I'm in favor of it because as a man, we got to get some sort of benefits for, paying for a child, which we're supposed to do. You're supposed to pay for your child. I'm not disagreeing with that, but it seems like this bitch is double dipping. So why not get the little $2,500 child tax credit? Why not go to the man that's actually paying for that shit? Get a little relief. Okay? You're getting child support anyway. You're paying child support on time anyway. You're getting thrown into jail for child support. So why not get some benefits from it? Why not? Well, hey, let me go ahead and short. I want you to enjoy your Saturday and enjoy the games that's going on tonight, tomorrow. Enjoy your life. And I'll catch you next week. I'll catch y'all fellas next week, all right? This is Talking Crazy 88. And I am out of here, people. And black folks, black men, let's be careful out there, all right?